A group of foster youth or a group of teens on the street are automatically labeled as trouble. Anytime a teen goes anywhere with a group of friends or just outside, adults get scared. There's no empathy for teens these days. The struggles we go through because they aren't the same struggles as our parents aren't taken into consideration. Nobody cares if a teen has issues on social media because they posted a picture that wasn't great. There's no empathy. So why is this empathy such a problem? Well, empathy is a problem because without it, the future of our society, the youth of today, have nowhere to go when they turn 18, have nowhere to go when they turn 20. They don't know what it's like to have somebody love them and treat them with understanding, like they're a human. Our voices are made and made out to be like we don't matter. Like our voices as a 16-year-old, a 14-year-old, are insignificant. I've dealt with troubled youth and foster youth for a long time. I've had quite a few friends in the foster care system who fell victim to this stereotyping and this lack of empathy. And I have experience with it. Just recently, I presented an 11-page research paper to the Board of Education for Tennessee. I did this because it's an issue that I think is important. The lack of empathy, the lack of understanding, the lack of sympathy for teens these days is outrageous. And it doesn't make any sense. Everybody knows the phrase, no taxation without representation. Basic phrase. And a teacher, Molly Richards, she's an experienced teacher, a middle school teacher, has been teaching for 10 years. She explained it like, you can't be told what your rights are or what you are forced to do without representation. So why doesn't that apply to teens too? Teens don't have representation. Our representation is stereotyping. Our representation is getting told that our voices don't matter. Why is this? Why are adults treating teens like we're not the future of society? Like we aren't going to be the ones deciding if they get to go to a retirement home or get to live at home with us. That's our decision, not theirs. We get to decide what happens when they're our elders. So why are they treating us like our voices don't matter? When in fact they do. Our voices are the future of society. We as teenagers are the future of society. So giving that empathy and that understanding means way more than just pat on the back. It means more than just looking at somebody and saying, oh, I love you. That's insignificant. There's nothing to back it up. Empathy, in a journal written by 3 scientists, was found to be linked to hundreds of adolescents and their mental health problems, the lack of empathy, the neglect in parents. It was linked. And this linkage that was found by these 3 scientists was unparalleled. It was over 64% of adolescents that they took the survey for found post-traumatic stress disorders because of the lack of empathy and loving and caring. Things like home, family, and love are things that make society. I got told once by somebody who's very important to me that America is great because America is good. The American people have always prided themselves in being good. So why does that stop when it comes to teens and kids? It shouldn't. The American society, especially the adults in the American society, do treat teenagers with empathy, but with that empathy comes a lack of understanding, which shouldn't be how it is. When you give empathy to somebody, when you empathize with somebody, it means so much more than just looking at something and smiling. It makes them feel loved. It makes them feel like their voices matter. And they do. Every voice in the world matters. From the smallest voice to the biggest, it doesn't matter. But it does matter. Because us as teenagers are the future of society. And there's no denying that. We're going to be the ones at 22 years old voting for the next president. Voting for you as adults, as our caretakers. We're going to be deciding if you get to live in a retirement home, with none of your family coming to see you, or if you get to stay at home with us and live out the rest of your days happily. not up to you. It's up to us. And it's always been up to us. So, succeeding as a society is more than just voting for the right president. It's more than just that. It's empathizing with our youth. It's empathizing with teenagers. Because we're the future. And we matter.